I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
I'm hoping to turn the tide on our tedious contest this week.
Turn the tide on a tedious contest. Oh dear, that was well done you.
I got all that out, having had wine as well.
There, not too shabby. No, that's good.
No.
Yes, you raised the point that we raise every week now. Of yes, it is going a bit round and round, and wouldn't a different outcome be vaguely interesting?
It would, wouldn't it? And I have some statements this evening to fire in your direction, and
do a two truths and one lie and see what occurs.
Yeah, and I'm hoping you're gonna not just know one of them, B, that your guessing is not quite as lucky as it's been of late, and C, you have some sort of spasm, which means you can't comprehend the questions properly.
Okay, well,
any of those would be helpful.
They're all potentials. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit me with your statement number one.
Let's get into this bad boy. Okay, so I will just prepare the ability to paste them to you. Without the answers.
That would definitely make it roll on for another week, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah.
It would. Just delete those lines. Right. Okay, here we go. So, number one. In March 2009, Maserati produced a special edition Quattroporte exclusively for holders of the American Express Centurion card, commonly known as the Black Card. The Quattroporte, which was based on a Sport GTS, was called the Quattroporte Centurion.
I see.
Just send that to you so you don't have to write it down.
No, that's it. I was making no attempts to write it down. I was just ingesting as it came through there. Right. So it. I mean, it's one of those things where you could go. It's awfully possible. There's this the Amex thing is very powerful.
It is, and it does. Their special edition cards do tend to be owned by very wealthy people.
Yeah, people who are not strapped for cash. When the old credit card bill comes through, they're not hunting down the back of the sofa to try and pay it, are they?
Well, they're not even dealing with it. They have staff to deal with that.
Yeah, quite. Okay, I don't know that for definite, but that feels very plausible.
Or have I just made it up?
Maybe. Don't know. We'll come back to it.
Don't know.
I'll digest a little further.
Okay. Moving on to number 2. The 5th generation Chevrolet Camaro Z28 featured an algorithm in its traction control system nicknamed Flying Car Mode. It used suspension height sensors to prevent the system from cutting engine torque if the car briefly left the ground over crests or bumps on a racetrack.
All right. I mean, I can follow the logic. I do worry when you say Camaro, because, well, they're not very advanced, are they? To put it bluntly.
You could claim that and not be argued with, I think. Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. I'm also trying to place it. The
actual car.
The 5th generation. My head is going, Christ, sort of, I don't know. I won't say 2000, maybe maybe into the 2010s. Maybe. I can't remember exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
There have been a lot of Camaros.
Yeah, we've got. We're not lacking in them. No. All right. I'm not going to. Let's not get too deep. Okay.
Don't get bogged down at this point.
No.
Okay. Number 3.
Years.
Going further back in time for this one.
Lovely.
The 1961 Hino Brisker, which was a precursor to the Toyota Hilux pickup truck, had a rubber bulb hand pump washer jet system mounted to the dashboard, requiring the driver to squeeze or press it to spray the windscreen.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's not very advanced for a Japanese vehicle, albeit an agricultural one.
Yeah, you could claim that, but it was the 60s. Don't.
No, I'm not going.
Wrong podcast. No,
that'll be good. Doesn't feel very Japanese, does it?
Well, there's your 3.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's unpack, shall we?
Please do. There's a lot to play for there.
Right. Maserati, Quattroporte, tie-in, Amex, Centurion. Yeah, well, we know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know for definite, but that does have the correct whiff about it, if you ask me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I know what you mean. Yes, obviously I can't comment any further.
No, true. No, that would. It's kind of pointless. Yeah, it does. Yeah, because you get Amex all sorts, and they're always at high flying events. They've always got the Amex Lounge, all this sort of stuff. You get your flashy card, and away you go. All that sort of caper. Would you have a Maserati specially made for Centurion people? Probably. Yeah, highly likely. Right, next one. Oh, blimey. Right, this here Camaro takes off. It's got flying car mode. Where is it? There you go. It's in my message. Flying car mode. And it's using suspension height sensors, which obviously, yeah, the theory is all sound. Suspension height would obviously increase because cars off the ground, there's no weight on the suspension, not loaded. So that's mean, because ordinarily that would take off, your wheels would rotate faster because there's no friction and all that sort of stuff, which make the traction control have a fit, I would say. And this is to counteract that. Right. The logic is vaguely sound. But putting that on an American car, that's the bit where it starts to fall down, isn't it? And conversely, you've given me a Japanese pickup truck where you've got, let's face it, a dodgy rubber aid attached to your dashboard to pump your washer jets. So let's face it, if I had to sort of decide, I would switch those two around and go, right, your Americans are squeezing their rubber aid and your Japanese people are going, yes, let's sort out this here traction control when we're in midair. But one must be well, no, the first one could be Bobbins, although I'm at the point where I go, well, actually Maserati, Amex, Centurion, probably. But so I'm between the other two. What's more silly or more plausible?
Yes, I suppose that is your question.
A clever American car or a woefully under-engineered Japanese car? Which curveball is it? Tricky one, isn't it?
I was hoping so, yes.
Yeah, the head scratcher is strong here.
Very good. You've achieved that at least.
Yeah, I mean, they're good uns. Right. Come on, let's think about this. We'll basically say the Maserati and the Amex thing's true. Let's remove that from the equation.
You're going to lock that in, so for you it's between Chevrolet and what would be Toyota.
Now, which one would surprise me more? A clever American car or a dumb Japanese car? Obviously, poles
In
apart.
one specific feature.
Poles apart in time as well, because you said in your, well, you called out in the Japanese one, the Hino Briska, that was 1961.
Yes, I did give a date for that.
And I was trying to whittle down Camaros and fifth generations, and I think that's 2010s, I think. This is where you go. No, the grand reveal of this is simply so silly. It's the 80s one, which I'm joking aside. I don't think it is that one. Right. What do we think? Oh gosh. Right. I'm gonna go down the route of saying I think I've got a combination of answers here, but all paths lead in the same direction. So I can't believe that Japan would allow such a thing to happen. And I also think that with it being Chevy, they've made particular sort of technological strides around the time and have continued to since. Well, I'm basing my thought process around the Corvette, not the Camaro. But you got to think that the Corvette these days has become quite a special thing. They've focused on it being a sports car rather than a just yeehaw straight line job.
These days, that wasn't always the case. Though.
No,
yes.
no. But I think this era, if I think I've got the fifth generation placed right in the timeline, I think it's entirely possible. Well, no, it's not entirely possible. It's slightly plausible that this year flying car mode in the traction control system is more plausible than a rubber aid mounted to your dashboard. So we're going to go with Maserati, true. Camaro, true. Hino Briska, false.
You're locking that in.
Consider that locked in.
Well, what do we have here then?
What do we have?
Interesting deliberations you've made there. You've made a lot of very valid points.
There are some wild assumptions there as well, let's face it.
There are some assumptions there as well. Yeah, I could have swapped all those cars around and completely fooled you.
Yeah, quite.
Yes. Interesting. I did spend a while on them this week, with the aim of finally knocking you sideways.
Yes.
And I guess the question we need to answer is have I succeeded in that? They were certainly good enough to make you really think about them.
Yes.
And well, I guess you're probably going to want to know, aren't you?
I mean, ideally, yeah.
Sooner or later, yeah. I can only waffle on like a rolling news presenter when there is no news for so long.
Quite, on
yeah.
the 24-hour news channel. Yes,
exactly that. Yes, and nothing's happened. What the hell are we going to talk about? Well, keep going. You've got an hour.
Fill her up. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Go on.
Okay. So you are correct, but for completely the wrong reasons.
Okay. Right.
Which is not the first time that's happened.
No, that's not. All right, let's delve into it. So
your logic is wrong, but you do have the correct answer.
Fine. So let's go with it then. I'm going to make a wild assumption and say there wasn't much to get wrong about that Maserati. That's just a thing.
That is completely true. They did indeed produce a special edition Quattroporte. The black card, the Centurion card, apparently was an invite-only card, so they had to come to you. You couldn't apply for it, and it was awarded to individuals who routinely spent more than $500,000 on their card every year.
Yes, I have heard this.
Yes,
and I won't name names, but I know it to be true as well. I know it's a big the whole myth thing about there was a sort of air of mystery around this whole card thing, but no, it is a thing.
It is a thing, and they did produce Maserati did produce a Quattroporte special edition. I don't think there was actually much about it that was special, other than a few badges and it only being available in limited colours.
Was it available in black, perchance?
It was.
Yeah.
Funny that. And it was based on a top spec model anyway, so I don't think there was a lot about it that made it particularly special. But
no.
But yes, that absolutely was a thing.
Go on then.
Chevy Camaro. You were bob on with the years. The 5th generation ran from 2010 to 2015.
Oh.
And it did indeed have what was called a flying mode in its traction control system. So yeah, it detected, I think, if the car was, from what I've read, if the car, as you said, the wheels would drop and no friction, etc., it was able to detect that from the suspension height. And I think if that duration was more than a couple of seconds, it would not cut engine power and do the things that traction controls do. So it would keep you in racetrack mode. But they called it flying car mode. So there you go. Absolutely true, even though it was on a Chevy Camaro.
Okay. Theory was fairly sound. Go on then. And
your theory was sound. Your theory was sound, and it was a thing. And there it is. Cleverer than you might have thought. Now then, this rubber ball that you had to caress on your dashboard.
Yes.
Yes, it is a thing. But it's not a thing on the Hino Brisker, later became the Toyota Hilux. However, it was a thing on the Datsun 520.
Really?
Yes. So your reasoning that that's not technological enough for a Japanese car was rubbish, because it was on a Japanese car.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Datsun 520 and 521 had that throughout the 1960s and early 1970s.
I'm going to Google that. Datsun 520 rubber washer pump, whatever it is. Let's see. Why am I? It's not as clear-cut pictures as I'd like, but I am going to take your word for it.
No, I struggled to find photographs, but I did find descriptions of it. I even found a forum post in one website that claimed to be by somebody who owned one and said, "Yeah, it really is, and it's a bit rubbish."
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We like that.
So there you go. You were correct, but for the wrong reason.
I'll
Because
take
it
that.
was indeed on a Japanese car. But the reasoning is not part of the contest. So you just have to give an answer. You don't have to explain it. But since you did, your reason was incorrect. There's a few times that's happened where one of us has got it right, but for completely the wrong theory.
Yeah, well, a point's a point.
Point's a point. So there we go. I believe that takes us to 24-22.
That is correct. Yes.
I have finally started making a note of it. So
Yep.
I will update that. And, well, the challenge is yours for next time.
Yeah, that rumbles on, doesn't it? Lovely.
Yeah, there we go. And we've all learned a few things we didn't know earlier.
Right, we got a couple of directions we could head in here. I'll put them to you and see what you want to do. So,
choices.
We had some car manufacturing news last week, which I do have a follow-up on, and we have also been supplied a list for the 3-car garage.
Well, I'm particularly looking forward to that. So, shall we get the little bit of car news out of the way, and then we can focus on the list?
Lovely.
Yeah.
So last week we discussed at reasonable length, actually, the state of Aston Martin.
We did, yes. I tried to end us on some happier Aston Martin news, but the bulk of it was on the appalling financial state that they find themselves in.
Yes, which we touched on. We said not great, bit of a state. You look into the finances and go, this doesn't work.
Not in any way does that work.
No. And you raised a valid point, where of the name for as in terms of the F1 license was sold.
Yes, so they've managed to raise a bit of capital by doing that. Yeah.
And as we said, that doesn't really work when you use the phrase "raise capital," because it's like, well, Eyebrows Stroll has his finger in both.
It's a slightly sort of in-house deal, if you like, and it has only, I use the term only specifically in this context, only raised 50 million, whereas they're in the hole for 1.4 billion.
Yes.
So it's hardly scratching the surface.
No, it's sort of chucking the deck chair off the Titanic at the moment, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. I don't think that's going to do a lot.
No. And the reason that I bring it up is that specifically the F1 bit is that all is not well in the world of Aston Martin F1 either.
Well, this is not something I'm particularly up with, so
no, I know.
Better fill us in.
Yeah, so we had the whole. We covered it, didn't we, last year with the whole Adrian Newey leaving Red Bull and ultimately ending up at Aston Martin F1.
We did talk about that. There doesn't seem to have had a huge amount of effect. At least
the press hasn't been
outwards.
huge. No, you got to think.
It hasn't.
Not only did he join them, he is the team principal of Aston Martin F1. So
yes, I believe he took shares as well.
yeah, boss man.
Yeah.
So
Not that they're worth anything.
no, quite. Their engine partner for this year, as we head into the new regulations, is Honda. With the new, they don't call them engines; they call them power units because it's not just an engine; it comes with the hybrid system and the battery and all that gubbins as well. Not just an engine.
Yeah, not as simple as that anymore. Yeah.
No, so a power unit, and there have been some problems. Problems is a delicate way of putting it. So the car is predicted to not be able to last the race this coming Sunday, the opening race in Australia.
Now, I'm no expert on Formula One, but I think that's a problem.
Yes, you've got to be in it to win it and all that sort of thing.
Quite. If you can't make it to the end, yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah, the age-old adage of to finish first you must finish, and all that sort of caper.
All that stuff, yes.
So there have been reports of severe vibration issues.
Oh.
And it supposedly stems from the power unit. There's also been reliability issues with said power unit, and the drivers have potentially been suffering health problems as a direct result of the vibrations being transmitted through the chassis.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, as in
right.
Like they've been trying to downplay it, but they've been saying it's just not good. But they like
shambles.
Yes, and when you got Mr. Newey at the helm, you go, "This, I'm not convinced that should happen."
He's not known for that sort of mess. Let's be honest. He's going to be quite cross about that, I bet.
Yeah. So they were saying, I think I read this right. They were saying that while they were testing over the past couple of weeks, it's been there were some battery casing failures that were induced by the vibrations.
Okay.
Which
okay.
I'm no electrician or mechanic, but I think having your battery casing break and having your batteries exposed to the outside world's probably not perfect.
Not ideal, I wouldn't suggest. No, could be an issue. Right. These sound like fairly fundamental issues that should have been sorted during a fairly early stage of development.
You would have thought so.
I'm no expert on this, but yeah, I'd have thought even prototyping stage should have wheedled out things like that.
Yeah, you would have hoped they would have picked that up, but so, I mean, they're on it. They've been working away furiously. They are going to bring something slightly different to Australia in the hope of being able to reduce these vibrations. But we don't know. I mean, let's ask the internet. How long do we have to wait? Really not long now before the cars hit the track, so to speak. I'm looking now. We are really not far away. So we record on a Thursday, and time zones being what they are, the cars will hit the track at 1:30 Friday morning our time.
Oh, blimey. Right. Probably a bit late to sort out problems like that.
Yeah. So, like I said, they've brought something slightly different with them to Australia, but we'll find out shortly. But based on the fact that we touched on the more than touched on the Aston Martin news, I just go, it's not doing well over there either, as it currently stands. It's a problem.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you spotted it too.
They're not going to do very well, are they?
No. You think they've got an awful lot of money being thrown into that project. They've got some big names in it.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, isn't it? Because it's just a bit of a farce.
I hope Adrian Newey's career doesn't end with this shambles.
No, that would be bad.
That would be disappointing. I have a horrible feeling it might, though, because if this just falls to bits and they are humiliated, I could see him just saying, "Do you know what? I'm all done with this," and just retiring.
Oh yeah,
because you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and there's an unpleasant theme for one of their drivers as well. So they've got Fernando Alonso as one of the drivers, and they've got new regulations, new car, new Honda power unit. So and clearly not performing at optimum levels.
No.
So what's not great is that back in 2015, when Alonso was at McLaren, and they went, "Oh, we're going to go with the Honda engines this year." It's the same problem. He's done it twice now. Honda have stepped in and we've got this. And go, oh my God. The trouble is, Honda have got such a fantastic reputation in Formula One. It's weird.
They're spoiling it.
Well, you got to think. I mean, you go back to the heyday of the 80s, and that was in the in Senna's cars. They had Honda engines, but like even the latest one. So the all of Max Verstappen's championships in recent years had a Honda engine in the back of his Red Bull. So this was one rule change, and the switch for Honda to go into Aston Martin, it's like not so good.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So what you're saying is that they're knackered for road cars, and they're knackered in Formula One as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't need much, does it?
No.
However, as last week, and I slightly saved the Aston Martin misery with a nice story about the screen used DBS from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Perhaps before we move on from the disaster that appears to be Aston Martin on all fronts at the moment, another Bond Aston has come up for sale.
Oh, I missed this as well. Go on then. What's up for sale?
Okay, the V8 Vantage, screen used in No Time to Die, so the replica of the car from The Living Daylights, is coming up for auction at Christie's. It's the car driven by Daniel Craig, and as we know, in a number of scenes that weren't in the final movie, but also some scenes that were. Is coming up for auction at Christie's. So the car, a little bit of a sort of potted history. The car was a non-runner when it was acquired by Eon Productions for use in No Time to Die. It had a complete bare metal restoration, engine removed and replaced with an earlier V8 coupled to a manual gearbox. The car was originally an auto. It was a 1981 vehicle built to Vantage specification, but to make it match exactly to the Living Daylights car, It had to be retrofitted with a number of things that made it look like a 1979 V8 coupe, which they did, and they fitted the Living Daylights license plates, B549WUU, completely restored and reworked for film use, MOT'd, made road legal, and off it went. It's for sale at Christie's with a list price of £10 short of £500,000.
That seems a bit steep for one of those. That'll be leaning heavily on its screen used element there, then.
Yeah, driven by Daniel Craig, etc. I mean, it's a lovely thing.
It is. Can
£500,000?
Yeah, it's a bit much. So let's face it. We know what's going to happen. Barbara Broccoli's going to go in there. She's going to wave her cash around, and then she's going to buy it and spend the rest of her days with her nose pressed firmly into the driver's seat.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, but you don't disagree, do you?
She could afford it.
Quite.
Out of petty cash.
Quite.
See what I did there?
You sent me a nice link there. It does look good.
I have sent you a picture there. It's gorgeous. But yeah, £500,000. Don't know. Would it be, here's a poser, would it be worth more if it actually was the car from the Living Daylights?
Surely would be. Surely.
It's a much better film.
But we must get out of our old man ways and say, well, actually, it's highly, highly likely that the Daniel Craig sway and modern Bond may push the price higher.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to read that has gone even higher than that.
Yes,
to be honest,
entirely. Yeah.
I mean, if you look, obviously last year or the year before, I can't remember now, the Princess Diana Ford Escort RS Turbo, and then shortly after that there was a Ford Sierra Cosworth that went for even more, 650 grand, I think, something like that.
Bloody hell.
So
whose was that?
That was at the Silverstone auction. I don't think it was anybody famous. It was just a rare car because it had been racing. It was in the Texaco livery.
Oh yes, I do vaguely recall.
It was a ex-touring car. It was the 3-door Sierra, not the Sapphire.
RS 500 jobby.
RS, yeah, and that went for even more. So I don't know. This being screen used, it's an Aston. It's a desirable car in its own right. Daniel Craig's had his bum in it, which presumably means Lea Seydoux has as. Oh, did she ever go in that actually in the film? Oh, she drove it.
Yeah.
She drove it, of course. I don't know if it was this one. Actually, the potted history I've got here doesn't mention a second car. And the fact that they went to these kind of efforts to buy a non-runner and restore it.
Yeah, and let's face it.
Suggests this actually was probably the only one. In fact, they give a chassis number.
Because we only ever, even with the scenes we know that got removed, it was only ever sort of really tracking shots and things like that, really, wasn't it?
It was
the car
stuff,
on the move.
Yeah.
It was never action shots. It wasn't like the opening scene with the DB5 with the nonsense.
Nothing like that. Nothing like. Never saw any action scenes.
No.
And in fact, I think in the story, if memory serves, he drove from London to Norway in it. That was supposedly.
Yeah.
Like that was going to happen.
Yeah, and as no one's told him, you do know that London's got a few airports.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, 5-speed manual V8 in Cumberland grey.
Is that its
Orig-
actual name? Cumberland
Cumberland Grey. That's it. As same colour. Well, they've made it identical to the Living Daylights car. Originally registered 7th of September 1981. There is an engine block number and a VIN number given, but it doesn't have its original engine and gearbox in it because they've converted it to manual. And the original engine was knackered. So yeah, there you go. Bidding starts at £500,000.
When does bidding start? Not that makes it sound like I'm interested. I'm not.
Are you going to go? Are you going to have a crack at it? I want a lend if you do.
That's fair.
It say when that's fair? Does it say? Not in this particular article, I don't think. I will try and narrow that down for you.
Thank you.
Christie's auction. Oh, can't spell, but never mind.
Good.
Oh, bloody hell. Here we are, actually on Christie's own website. Picture of it here wearing the original number plate, although they've made the classic error of making the number plate in the modern font, not the font they would have had at the time.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Someone's for the sack.
You see that a lot in movies and TV shows. Oh, you've put new plates on it, but you haven't. Oh, I've used the modern number. It's the modern font. It's too narrow. Does
Schoolboy
it
error.
say when it's going up for auction? Schoolboy error. We wouldn't let that happen.
No, it wouldn't happen on our watch.
No, it certainly would not. I don't know.
Lots of noises happening. Okay, no, that's fair enough.
Can't
All right, we'll have to
see.
keep an eye out then.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm not going to berate you too much on this.
Yeah, I can't see it.
All right, we'll do some digging. We'll report back on that one, but it would be interesting to know because obviously we want to see the results. We want to be proved that it's going to go for more than we think it's going to go for. Yeah,
absolutely. We need to figure that out. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, so that's a slightly more interesting bit of Aston news there.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, I think so.
We've done that twice now, haven't we?
We've saved them from themselves.
Well, in terms of stories, yes.
Yes.
In other ways, I'm afraid we've saved them from nothing. We can't do much about that.
No, I'm fresh out of billions to help them out, I'm afraid.
Like we discussed last week, whoever's bailing them out or investing is lunacy. Right.
Right now, guys.
Looking at said recording time, I don't want to do this list a disservice. I think we should roll it on to next week so that we can focus in on the list that we've been given.
Oh, we're further into our allotted time slot than I realised. Yes. Oh no, we shouldn't rush it. Certainly not. No.
No, because and I don't mean to do that internet thing, but this is a good one. This is a Stuff and Waffle approved list.
You'll be wanting to make sure you subscribe so you get the notification
all
for
of
next
that
week's episode. Yeah.
But yes, this is a good list, and I don't want to do it a disservice. We need to discuss it because it's a man after our own heart on this one, I think.
Very good.
So yeah, okay, all right. How's about then next week we don't talk about Aston Martin and we do lists?
Yeah, let's have a real change of pace and stop being an Aston Martin podcast.
Unless they do something catastrophic between now and then. It said no Aston Martin talk next week.
Okay, agreed.
And spoiler alert, we won't break that rule because there are no Aston Martins on the list.
Worth checking that.
Yeah.
Yes, there nearly was one on my list, but I went another way.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Okay. It's all about lists and our own content, although provided by someone else. Concept came from us, but content from other people.
Okay. Yeah. Although I think even the concept was a suggestion, wasn't it? Anyway, we won't dwell on that. We love a list. We love a list.
We do. And we need to dissect. No, we're kind enough to be provided one, and potentially, but there could be a couple next week, so I think we could be list heavy. So that'll be good. Marvelous.
Fantastic.
Right. Okay.
Look forward to that.
All lists, no Astons. Nice.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.